Good afternoon. Welcome to Afternoon Chat. I'm your host, Ghost Mostly. How's everybody doing today? The chat is up and running. And I have to start a poll here. Let's see. I'm trying to remember to do this poll thing. Can you still trust data from our All right. I'll start the poll. Can you still trust data from our government? Your opinion matters. Okay. The jobs numbers just came out last week. Okay. I'm not so sure I believe them. I think they're cooking the books. Maybe I could have worded that better, but it's a poll. Let's see if I can remember to end it towards the end of the show. I haven't been successful. I'm just saying. So, what's going on today, people? I feel pretty good. I've been watching Tom Grossi. He's doing his $1 million charity stream. I find it very entertaining. I am excited that I get to watch the history lesson this evening. When he reaches 250,000, he's going to do a 3-hour history lesson. I believe it's on the French Revolution. I watched his history lesson last year, and he's a pretty good teacher, I got to say. I've actually found a correlation, what I believe is a correlation between former teachers and YouTube podcasters. I believe that a lot of former teachers are now podcasters. I wonder if YouTube's ever collected any data on that. I would find it interesting. Afternoon chat, Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A free show. The people in the chat are the actual guest stars. They determine what we talk about. The show has no script and it has no plan. Okay? Whatever direction the chat wants to take us in, that's the direction that we're going to go in. We do need to follow the community guidelines established by YouTube. As long as we do that, we're fine. This is a free show. No midstream ads, no sponsors. I'm not trying to chase you down and tackle your wallet. I'm not running for political office. I am not trying to become an online influencer, and I am not coming out with a line of merch. Yeah, I think it shows you how stupid I am that I'm not trying to sell anybody anything. I think that's your proof that I'm not AI. Well, that and my smoking. Yeah, AI doesn't smoke. So what are you guys up to today? Happy President's Day. Probably a few people out of work today. Well, I don't think banks are open. It's a national holiday. I actually went to breakfast with my father this morning. Had a pancake. Started my day off right. Then I came home and took a nap. Just an hour. Yeah, I did get my corporate paperwork filed. Crumbelina saved the day again. As always. So, what do you guys got going on? A short week for some. I don't feel like the president's going to do anything presidential today. I just don't see it happening. I don't see him doing anything other than Epstein files cover up. I could be wrong. Who knows? I'm not really watching the news. I did check on Nancy Guthrie, and she still has not been saved. That reward's $100,000. Somebody's going to want that money. I can't say this is a smart kidnapper. I can't say any kidnapper is smart. And I think this is doomed for failure all the way around. At this point, 16 days in, I would be watching fast food drive-thrus, especially near industrial areas, industrial sections of town. I'm figuring she's in a vacant industrial building. I don't think the kidnappers would bring her to their home. I just don't see that happening. I'm hoping she gets rescued soon. I'm just afraid that it's been too long now. Well, I consider the FBI under Kash Patel's leadership to be totally inept. I don't care how much people like Kash Patel. He's the one that literally helped to delete Epstein files. They had him dead to rights. Deleting files. He's a part of the cover-up. He's just another criminal, you ask me. Like they all are. But I'm not watching the news per se. I'm watching mostly Tom Grossi. He's doing his charity drive, and If you haven't checked out his channel, I would highly recommend it, especially this week. Anytime, day or night, just turn on Tom Grossi on YouTube. You'll get what I'm saying. The good guys still outnumber the bad guys by a lot. This week, all the good guys are showing up on Tom Grossi's channel. He doesn't know me from a hill of beans, but I'm telling you that it's worth a view. Can restore your faith in humanity. He always picks a charity stream that is very small, a charity that's very small. And then when he donates, it lifts them up and puts them up into the big time. He's doing a live stream until he hits $1 million. Got to respect that. Got to respect the man. And I like the guy. I think he's funny. Personal opinion. Has nothing to do with this show. Okay. I'm just a fan. I subscribe to a few shows on YouTube. Tom Grossi, Midas Touch Network, Cross Timbers Bison, Mike Kimber. I recommend them, but I'm not affiliated with any of them. It's just what I watch. So what's going on Monday? Valentine's Day weekend, long weekend with President's Day. Yeah, I don't know what kind of a crowd we're going to get in the chat today. Doesn't matter. We'll get our views. It'll all work out in the end. Myself, I don't trust any of the data that comes out of the Trump regime. That's why they're in the poll today. I think once a fraud, always a fraud. He never showed any signs of remorse. Never served any time, so there could be no rehabilitation. 34 felony counts of fraud. Cooking the books. And I honestly believe that's what he's doing now, only on the government size scale. Oh, yeah. YouTube wants me to ask people to like and subscribe. I guess it helps in the algorithm somehow, some way. We'll find out someday. If you can, please do. If you can't, don't worry about it. I'm sure we're going to continue either way. So what's on your mind, people? If you want to be able to chat, you're going to need to get that Discord app from YouTube. According to my analytics, 85% of the people that watch this show watch it on their TV. When they chat, they're using another device like their phone or some type of a tablet or computer. They tell me that the latest TVs have the chat technology built into them. I haven't seen it, and I'm not telling anyone to go out and buy a brand new TV. So If you got one, God bless you, but you don't have to buy it for this show. Okay. The show's free, and we're not going to worry about anybody spending any money ever. I go by the name Ghost mostly on here. It's an alias that I used to use when I was writing song lyrics for the band. When I started this project, I just took that same alias and moved it forward into this. It's harmless. The show's harmless. I'm harmless. I'm in Michigan, and it's in the 50s today. Snow's a melting. I actually went out to breakfast this morning without a winter coat on. I had a jacket, but no coat. Well, the winter coat's the thick one, okay? The jacket's just a thin one. It's actually pretty quiet around here. I think people are out moving around, but the snow's melting. You can actually see green grass again. Unusual for the middle of February. Well, I guess we're past the middle. We're on the back side of February. Yeah, I'm looking for our regulars to show up at some point today or tomorrow. I watched Tragedy Tales this week. And what else did I see? That's about it. Well, that and Tom Grossi. Yeah, I watched him yesterday. He raised $100,000 in 50 minutes of live stream. It's amazing. He's built a great community over there. Okay. And I would highly recommend anybody go and tune in over there. Check it out. You got to see it to believe it. But he can really restore your faith in humanity. A lot of people coming together and trying to do good. He calls it chaotic good. I kind of like that name. Yeah, I'm just breaking into the old Gatorade here. Not too much going on. I probably gotta do a grocery list later. Clip coupons, but no real plans. Well, football's over. March the 9th, I think, is when things start to open up again, football-wise. Yeah, my mustache itches. Maybe that means I'm getting money. I don't know. Yeah, I probably didn't put enough beard softener on it today or something. Well, I was in the shower at like 7:30 this morning or something, some ungodly hour. So, what do you guys got going on? I want to hear from Ultra Kenny. Want to hear if she got her boyfriend over the Valentine's weekend. She was trying. Yeah, I watched that show that she recommended. I got caught up. I've seen 4 episodes of it now. Smiling Friends on HBO. It's kind of got a dark side to its humor, but it's humor, which is always a plus in my book. Yeah, not too much else happening. Quiet is a good thing. Yeah, I got some lighting issues back today. The show will get better eventually. Can't get much worse, right? Oh, I would think social media should be able to track down this Nancy Guthrie kidnapping. They should be able to track it down somehow, some way. Social media is with all its pluses and minuses, it's got some pluses that can help, and tracking people down is one. There are a lot of internet sleuths out there. A lot of people getting into internet research. I do a little bit of research, but not that much. For war news, I watch a channel called The Enforcer here on YouTube. That's where I get all my war news. They glean all of social media and then show you with video evidence what they're saying. But I want this Nancy Guthrie to get found. I want her to get saved, you know. Well, we hope and we pray for people. So, what do you guys want to talk about? Somebody jump in the chat and give us a topic. Mondays are generally kind of slow. And it's a holiday today. So, and the weather is breaking for a lot of the country. So, a lot of people are outside running around, I think. We'll get someone in the chat here eventually. Yeah, tomorrow morning I do breakfast with the family, but then I'll run my errands. Probably the grocery store and the bank. Exciting stuff. There's something about being retired that your life just all slows down. When I was young, one day seemed to last about a week. Now that I'm old, a week seems to be over in a day. You blink and it's over with. Time just moves faster when you're older. When you're young, you feel like you're indestructible and you got all day. And when you're old, you feel frail and like you're out of time. Psychological, I'm sure. Well, there's a lot of life that's psychological, you know, working a job for other people, psychological implications. Well, if your boss is an asshole, your job can be worthless. I don't care what they're paying you. If the boss is crummy enough, the job ain't worth it. Okay. This year, I think that a lot of people are going to feel that about the president of the United States. I think he's going to have a mass exodus of billionaires and millionaires. I expect him to lose half his cabinet this year. These guys don't appear to have common sense. Okay. Common sense would tell you to stop attacking people, especially if you want to win the Nobel Peace Prize. You got to stop killing people at some point. he just can't seem to grasp it. You know, that flip doesn't switch. If you want to win the Nobel Peace Prize, the first thing you should probably do is stop killing people. Stop attacking people. Okay? Foreign and domestic. Okay? Well, human rights violations doesn't seem to be the way to go. Common sense would tell any mature adult, don't attack people, don't kill people, don't commit human rights violations. Apparently, he don't have a clue. Okay. Who knows what he's listening to? I mean, as far as I know, the guy's living and dying on Fox News. Okay. It's just pathetic. I feel like he's forcing America to live in his reality TV show, which, you know, he has no control over. I can't understand. I'm not sure what information he's getting. The people around him aren't going to tell him that he's failing. The people that he's surrounded himself with are going to say, you're great. That's all they say. They're not going to speak truth to power. They're going to lie to him. Oh, your immigration policies are great. No, they're not. They're pathetic. If you want to go and get all the criminals and deport them, more power to you. But you need to follow the laws of the land, the Constitution. Everyone has a right to due process. Everyone. If you're going to kick them out of the country, stand them before a judge and allow the judge to do his job. But when you're going and you're picking up our maids, our cooks, our dishwashers, you're picking up our day laborers and harassing the hell out of people. You got kids afraid to go to school. That's the wrong way to do it. Once someone gets into this country and they get a job and you and I get to work with them, they become part of our extended family, and we need you to leave those people the hell alone. Once we've shared a meal with them, you need to leave those people the hell alone. Get all the bad guys you want, but stop picking up good guys. And that's what they're doing. They're trying to pad their numbers with the good guys when there's not enough bad guys to go around. When they scoop up 100 people and 70 of them are good guys, that's not right. You shouldn't be scooping up people. Get a warrant signed by a judge, haul the man in front of a judge, let the judge deport him. End of your problem. You do these neighborhood sweeps and you pick up our cooks, our dishwashers, our maids, our friends, our family. Not right, not good. You're too stupid. That's the way it looks. You're too stupid to know the difference between a good man and a bad man. I'm doing good, Ryan. I'm doing good. How are you, brother? I watched another one of your shows this weekend. I'm thinking I'm somewhere around 7 of your videos that I've seen so far. And I'm enjoying them. All things are going good. My subscribers are up to 54. I'm having a good time. Hey, have you seen Tom Grassi? Let me type that in here. Tom Grassi, look him up on YouTube. He's got a live stream going you need to check out. I think the guy's hilarious. I've been subscribed to him for years now. He's doing a week-long charity stream this week. I watched him do it last week. Instead of watching any news at all that week, all I watched was his show. It restored my faith in humanity. I'm telling you, he's got a real good community of people over there. And for those of you in the audience that haven't checked out Tragedy Tales, look him up. He's got, 84 videos out there now? I think I just watched top five of 2025 or something like this weekend. Yeah, you'll like him. He's one of the good ones, and he's funny. He's going to be doing a history lesson later today, about 3 hours long. He's going to cover the French Revolution. I seem to find a lot of former teachers that are live streamers. I used to teach back in the day, and now I'm on live stream. Tom Grassi was a teacher. I watch a guy from Cross Timbers Bison that used to be a teacher. I enjoy learning things. I think that's why I identify with teachers so much. Anybody that's got knowledge and knows how to share it, they're worthwhile. I don't know. Do you watch American football at all, Ryan? Tom Grassi's normal podcast, he covers NFL games, all the Green Bay Packer games, all the playoff games, and the Super Bowl, the whole 9 yards. I understand. Well, you come from a different part of the planet. Your culture is completely different than ours. Understandable. That's the video I saw this weekend. The guy got hit with the ball. Talk about a freak death. That was crazy. Yeah, I enjoyed that video. Well, I think all sports have their intricacies. You can get into the numbers on American sports. All of them have math that goes for days. I used to take handicapping classes to figure out how to sort through it all. Yeah, and that guy was young too. Whenever a young person dies unexpectedly, it's like horrific anyways. But yeah, mad respect on your editing, by the way. I saw that the number 2 had gotten clipped out. I'm assuming that there was something too gory for YouTube. Oh, the woman that was standing in front of that landslide was stupid. The other people were yelling at her to get the hell out of there. I'm sorry, but she had it coming. And I think you were right. I think she was drunk. Yeah, the cliff fall was the one that got cut out, right? Yeah. Well, the rules are there, and I think you got a right as a creator that you can press right up to those rules. Okay. Go the limit, go as far as you want to go. Your videos have an intrinsic value of their own, just the way you present them. So don't let these guys second guess you. You do your thing. But yeah, I enjoyed it, and yeah, I couldn't believe that woman was that dumb. She had to walk out there. Yeah, you do a real good job. Once again, I got to give you kudos, brother. Your editing is top notch. You haven't shown anything too gross for me. And, I don't watch horror movies. You stay within my boundaries. But I know when you blur something, there's a reason. That woman that had fallen off the cliff and it took her 4 days to die, you were right to blur that image, okay? But yeah, don't second guess yourself, brother. You do an amazing job. You really do. And I'm happy that I got you in my feed now. You come in under my recommended tab. And I watch based on the time. I'm generally looking for yours that are 35 minutes or less, something like that. I will go to the hour ones. The ones I avoid of yours that are like 2 hours and 45 minutes. I'll have plans and I don't have enough time to fit that one in. One of these days it'll come up in my feed when I do have time and I'll watch it. Probably the most disgusting one that I seen though was that one from Brazil, the gas that exploded, that big old cloud in the middle of the day in the middle of the city. How could you avoid something? You wouldn't know if a truck was 100 yards away and blowing up. You would have no forewarning for that. And yeah, the age restrictions, they're pretty strict on that stuff on YouTube. I had a run in with that when I was first starting. And I ended up, it was the easier route was just to go, no, it's only for adults. No, you're putting out good videos though, brother. Your quality is there. Your editing is excellent. I got no complaints at all. And I feel more comfortable knowing that I can watch your stuff and not get grossed out. Yeah, I understand. I thought about deleting a few of mine and I decided against it. I figure as long as YouTube is leaving them up, I'll leave them up. I'm not going to take anything down on my own. Yes, I appreciate that, my brother. I really do. Yeah, your channel is it's safe. Okay. I'm not going to have bad dreams, even though you're showing me bad reality. You're not going to give me nightmares. And I appreciate that. And I do know a difference. Yeah, I have seen that aspect of your work too. You are definitely educating people. Yeah. Some of these people need educating. Okay. I'm talking to them about controlling fear and trying to explain to people that a little bit of a fear is good. That'll keep you alive. You don't go right to the edge of the cliff, right? But an uncontrolled fear, that's where you lose all rational thinking. I know. I've had some instances in my life that were pretty freaky. One of them, I was out hunting at 4:30 in the morning. I left camp to go deer hunting, and I came within that far of walking off a 200-foot cliff. Frozen burgers? What? Oh my God. It shook me up real bad when I had hiked down to the bottom of that cliff and I was looking up at it. I would not have survived that fall. But when I'm walking through the dark and I'm using a flashlight on a deer run, and I look and there's gray in this spot and pitch black in that spot. And I said, well, I'll step in the gray. I stepped in the gray. There was ground there. The pitch black, there was no ground. And it was just like this, side by side. I stepped where there was ground. Oh my God. That's just disgusting. Why wouldn't the farmer have fenced it off? Why would he plant right up to the edge? Yeah, but you can't run for help if the pit's full of gas. They're all going to suffocate. That's crazy story. Crazy. How did the guy die trying to separate frozen hamburgers? What did he do? Like try to separate it with a knife and the knife comes up and whacks him or something? Wow. Oh, God. Brutal. Back in the day when I was real young, I used to cook in a restaurant, and I'd been slicing onions on a meat slicer. I took a French knife and I wrapped it in a towel, and I was cleaning around the blade with the French knife. I closed the door, hit the end of the knife, scared me. I flipped the knife up, and then I caught it. You don't want to catch a falling knife. I didn't need stitches, but I was cut pretty good. Well, yeah, of course they're going to think murder. You see a knife sticking in somebody. That's crazy. Exactly. The problem was I shouldn't have been using the French knife as a tool. A French knife is for cutting, not cleaning. Duh. Live and learn, right? I have never done it since. Believe me. Yeah. Sometimes your instincts can get you into trouble. It's President's Day here in the United States. It's a national holiday. Except none of us feel like celebrating our current president, the pedophile. Yeah. Did you guys get a break in the weather? It's like 50 degrees, 53 degrees out here today. The snow's melting. It's quite pleasant. As soon as I get off stream, I'm going to go for a walk. Every day? Oh my God. You've had 45 straight days of rain? I'm sorry, brother. That's not right. Wow. Well, it will fill up the lakes and the rivers. All right. It will be good for the growth in the spring. I spent 33 years in Las Vegas, Nevada, which is high desert. In that time, in 33 years, it probably rained 10 times. But yeah, 45 days in a row, I'd be tired of rain. I'd be craving me some sunshine, any kind of sunshine. But it's a nice break here because it's normally winter. I mean, it's normally 20 degrees this time of year. Yeah, watch out for depression. When you don't get sunlight, it's easy for a human being to fall into depression. All right, Sharon's in the house. All right, well, thanks, Sharon. Take care. You guys be safe. I went to breakfast this morning had pancakes. And I'm going again tomorrow. Yes, thanks for stopping by, Sharon. I do appreciate you. And Ryan, I take this stuff. It's called D Pure. Boy, there's a lot of glare. I can't get it to focus in here. D Pure. It's vitamin D3. Says premium vitamin D3 formula. It's when you're not getting enough sunlight. This is a replacement. They're these tiny little gel caps. Small little things. But it keeps me from getting depressed in the winter. I take one a day. You need sunlight. Without sunlight, you cannot thrive. Your body needs that. Just like a plant needs light to survive, you're a plant. You need light, you need water, clean air, okay? Crumbelina turned me onto this stuff. And it really helps because I used to get depressed in the wintertime. When you go 2-3 weeks without seeing sun, it's not good for you. D Pure is what it's called. You gotta have the replacement when you don't get the sunlight. Vegas, I never had that issue. I got sunlight every day. When I came back up here to Michigan, I hit wintertime and I felt so down, so lethargic. I didn't have any energy. It's like I didn't even have a will. You know what I mean? I get on the vitamin D3 and those days are long gone. It's a real help to me. I used to take like a multivitamin, when I was younger, but, Crumbelina does all the research on these and she finds what we need to take. She just had me start on collagen too. The collagen 1 and collagen 3. You need both of those. It's for your skin and your organs. Keeps the skin elasticity, and it puts a protective coat around your organs. And all I'm doing is I take it's a tiny little scoop, maybe like a half a teaspoon total, and I dump it in my coffee grounds and I brew it right in my coffee. No taste. I drink 2 cups of coffee every morning, so I know I got the collagen in me. It's kind of like a micro dose, and it does help with dry skin. Crumbelina researches all that stuff. She goes hard and heavy into it. She was over here last night doing research. We were looking up for a backup power supply, solar powered generator. When you lose power in a storm or something, if you got one of these little portable power stations, you can still have, TV. You can't get cable or anything, but you can get like antenna, or you can plug in your refrigerator, or stuff like that. Make you feel like you got some semblance of normalcy. No, I don't drink milk. I put honey, raw honey, in my coffee. Just 1 teaspoon per cup. If I'm going out to a restaurant, I put honey in the first cup, but not in the refills. My story with milk is really kind of stupid. When I was a kid, my little brother was allergic to milk. That's why I don't drink milk. My little brother outgrew his allergy and now drinks milk. But I stopped drinking it and never started again. What was the cause of death for the landowner? And how deep was that cistern? Because, he could have had another one, a smaller one, somewhere else on his property, and been just caught in all those gases. gross. What a way to go. Oh, nasty. Well, when any animal dies, part of the decaying process is you get all these noxious gases forming inside their body. Some of those cisterns are flammable. You can throw a match in them and the damn things will blow up. It gets full of methane gas. But the 8 foot of water is probably what attracted all the animals. They bend over to drink the water and then they get it all the fumes and pass out, fall in. But the farmer shouldn't even be growing around that. I would think that, standard operating procedure would have been to fill that cistern in or blow it up or something. If not, fence it off. I was in Cripple Creek, Colorado, and they had a bunch of old gold mines everywhere. And you'd look out and you'd see a hole out in that field, and they'd put a fence around it to keep people from falling in and to keep animals from falling in, because some of those things 100 foot straight down, you're gonna die. And every year the fire department would have to go through a bunch of mines and actually rappel down into them to see if anyone had died. They would find deer in there, all kinds of stuff. I think if you dig a hole in the ground that big that somebody can fall and die into it, you have an obligation that you should have to fill it before you leave. Yeah. Well, they got to figure that out. I mean, Jesus, that farmer should have notified the authorities that it was there and that it was noxious. But I wouldn't want to eat the food that was grown around that. And he probably planted right up to the edge. Farmers try to get plants in is when they're planting, they want to get right to the edge of their property. But all those fumes, he could have been breathing them in over a period of time and then got some kind of like black lung disease or some kind of a mold or something inside his system that could have killed him. There's no telling. Yeah, I'll look for that one in your videos. Those guys chasing the dog through there, though, geez. It's all right. Spoilers are okay. This is not monumental. It's entertainment, right? It's not baby mama drama. Okay. It's just one of the facts of life. But yeah, I got mad respect for you, what you do, and the research that you put in. It shows in your stories. Oh my God. That's crazy. Well, some of these septic tanks are massive, and they think that that's the way to go is make them big. I think the way to go is to make them small. Then when they fill up, you get them pumped out. Yeah. Well, it's gas. You can't really call it fumes. It's a noxious gas, and it will explode. I think of that when I go to use an outhouse out in the wilderness somewhere and I'm smoking. I think, oh, I don't want this to blow up while I'm in here. Yeah, that's crazy. And that 9-year old, man, oh man, that's a young age to become an orphan. Well, it's like that car accident that you were talking about in that last video. A chain, the one driver that was looking at his phone instead of watching the road, the truck driver rear-ended those, and it killed half the family that was in the second car up. Distracted driving happens more than we're told. That guy just happened to be on camera. But I see it all the time, people driving and looking at their phone at the same time. But yeah, half that guy's family. It was the father and son that were in the back vehicle, and the mother and the daughters in the front vehicle. And it sounded like they were basically decapitated by going underneath the truck in front of them. I watched a video a couple of years back of front end collisions of different vehicles at 35 miles an hour. They basically just drove them into a brick wall. All of these cars just folded up like an accordion. No one was walking away from any of those accidents. Back in the day when cars weighed a lot, they were made with real steel. They didn't collapse like that. People were able to walk away. Nowadays, I think they design them to collapse like that, and there's nothing left of the cavity that the passengers are in. It's like, boom. Now the vehicle is 1/3 the size that it was before it hit the wall. There's no way people are walking away from that. It's my understanding that I think it's the Mercedes is got it designed so that when it does start to collapse, that the engine will drop out through the bottom. The motor mounts collapse or something, so that that engine doesn't get pushed through the cavity. But yeah, that's just bizarre. I've been on the road when some of those major accidents have hit. I wasn't ever involved in them, but I was stuck in the traffic jam afterwards. I used to have a 45-minute drive to and from work at 70, 75 miles an hour, riding around in what appears to be a giant accordion that could collapse as soon as it hits anything. Yeah. Not a smart move. I was going to ask you, what is your average video length? I seem to find a lot that are under 45 minutes, between 30 and 45 minutes. So what else is going on? 45 straight days of rain. Yeah, I don't envy you, brother. The sun is definitely outshining today here in Michigan. Slight breeze. Thirty to 40 minutes. That's a good range for me. I can always, sit down and watch one of those. The longer ones, the 2.5 hours and stuff, I gotta really plan those out like a movie. You know what I mean? But I definitely enjoy all your videos. Yeah, as soon as I get off the stream today, I'm gonna smoke a bowl and go for a walk. I went to the park yesterday. The path through the park was clear, so it was easy walking. Get outside, get some fresh air and some sunlight. Well, I appreciate you, Ryan. I really do. And I recommend you to people all the dang time. I'm telling them about you. You've got a lot going on. And I'm mad envious about your number of subscribers, man. That guy, Tom Grossi, he just hit 1 million subscribers. And my friend Mike Kimber, that I watch my Lions football on, he just hit 100,000. Mike Kimber's have been at it 7 years, and Tom Grossi's been at it 11 years. I'm 5 months in. I know it's nothing compared to you guys. Oh, I believe. The thing I like about it is I feel like I did when I was working. I've got something to do 5 days a week. You know what I mean? It's motivational. And I think the things that I talk about, when it's just me, when it's downtime, the things I talk about, unity with your fellow human being, preaching tolerance versus hate, I think that has value. And I really don't see anyone else on TV talking about that. I think that, understanding your fellow man to the point where you can tolerate your differences should be the normal. But you look on TV and all they're telling you to do is to hate each other, fight each other. It's like they're spurring on conflict, It makes no sense. I look around at the skyline of any town and I can see that's the proof that people can work together and build great things. It's just right now, they'd rather troll one another, I'm tolerant of everyone. I don't hate anyone anymore. I get nothing for it. There's no prize. Okay. There's no prize for hating an entire race of people or an entire religion, or you get nothing for it. And I'm looking around and I don't see anything that's built out of hatred or anger. They're society's wrecking balls, in my opinion. It's much harder to find someone to love than it is to find someone to hate. Okay. Don't take the easy path. Look for the hard path sometimes that has greater value to you when you get to your destination. Personal opinion. But I like people, always have. Especially people that are different than I am. I love to hear someone else's perspective or their point of view. I figure that's what educates me. So I'll probably be outside walking in another 30 minutes. Today's show's gone fast. And I was watching Crumbelina play her games last night. She has computer games that she plays that actually earn her gift cards. She makes money playing games on her computer. She'll have like $25 for this store or $5 for that store or something. She gets all these little cards. So we stopped at the store. We both bought $30 worth of stuff. She did all hers with gift cards. I had to do mine with a debit card. She had like 4 different gift cards and paid a $30 bill at checkout. I don't play those kind of games. These were like, one of them she was playing was a poker game. I don't know what she's doing to make money at that. But yeah, I'm up to 54 subscribers. And I'm up at like 2,200 views, something like that. But most people jump in the chat room for 10, 15 minutes and then they take off. They're doing something else. I'm happy they stopped by. You know, I like it. I'm actually missing a couple of people that haven't been in the chat in a while, and I'm wondering if they're okay. Oh, my guy, Nunu from Indonesia. I haven't seen him in over a month. Oh, don't worry about me, Tragedy. Really, don't worry about me. I'm going to be here regardless. I enjoy it too much. Oh, you've got a nice following, and I can see you hitting 1 million subscribers. I can. I'm looking at Tom Grassi. He just hit the 1 million, and I'm looking at you and what you're doing, and you're on the right track. You've got a niche, you know. I think I have a niche too, though. I think that an open chat forum, people seem to like it. I've been doing this for over 5 months, and not one person has said a bad word to me. Not once. It's crazy. Well, look at the smoking. You would think that would get some negative comments, right? Nope. Nobody said a bad word to me. And when I was researching to do this, They said as soon as you go live, all the haters and trolls are going to come out and attack you. Be ready. Hasn't happened. Everybody's nice, which is what I've been saying my whole life. All those years in Vegas, meeting all those people, everybody was nice all the time. I think most people are good people. You can find an occasional guy that's, under a lot of stress or super busy and doesn't have time to communicate with you today. But that doesn't make him a bad person. You know what I mean? You never know what's on somebody else's plate, what they're dealing with. Stress is killing people all over the planet. Your channel's like proof of that, right? People die. We have a linear existence, a starting point and a finishing point. But yeah, I appreciate everybody that watches this show. I get views. I think I average at least 10 a day. When I started, I was lucky to get 10 a week. You know what I mean? So 10 a day seems plenty. But I enjoy the heck out of doing this stuff. Finding out what's going on with other people in different parts of the world. And I've been getting a lot of young people. I'd say most people that are on here talking to me are under 35. I don't know if that's because older people don't get into the technology as much. Or maybe it's the time of day of my show. You and I got like what, a 5-hour time difference? My clock says 4:30 here, so it's like 9:30 at night in the UK. Well, I guess it depends on what part of the UK you're in. And speaking of that, I got to tell you, I love your accent. I can recognize your voice now. Sometimes I'll be in the kitchen doing something. My show will end and the next one starts and I'll recognize your voice and I'm like, that's Ryan. But yeah, you got a cool accent. I don't think I have any accent at all, but to some people, I probably do. But yeah, I enjoy doing this. This is the high point of my day, 5 days a week. And I feel, I don't know, like I fully vented by the end of every show. You know what I mean? Just takes all the stress right off my shoulders and disperses it. I like it. Maybe I'm stressing other people out, though. I don't know. Well, I'm trying to do these polls now. Something always goes wrong. I either forget to start the poll or forget to shut it down towards the end of the show. I got to train myself, get into the habit of doing it. But it's fun. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. I'm looking at the poll. Two people voted, and both of them voted no. I would concur with that. You can't trust the numbers coming out of this government. They lie. Plain and simple. All right. I'm going to go ahead and end this poll. I don't know if that makes a difference, but it's something new for me. I tell everybody this is like a blind man that bought a new house, me doing this show. I'm just trying to feel my way through without walking into any walls. Okay. I do not have a production staff. Don't have a producer. There's no makeup artist. I was talking about that with my father at breakfast. I think he wants me to cut my hair and trim my beard. He's not saying anything, but I think it bothers him. My father is very, very clean cut. He gets his hair cut every 2 weeks or something. Very well groomed and clean cut. And he sees me kind of looking like a wild animal. I tried for a full week. I put on overshirts, and all it did was give me more laundry to do. So I stopped. The show's called Afternoon Chat. It's Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This show has no script. It has no agenda. I leave that up to those of you in the chat. You determine what we talk about. You determine everything. I do not want to put my thumb on the scale and say, oh, we've got to talk about this or we've got to talk about that. I don't care. We can talk about anything you want. And this show is always going to be free. I need my channel to get monetized so that I can do other projects and someday make money off of them. But this show is always going to be free. You'll find no sponsors, no midstream ads, no commercials of any kind. I do need people to like and subscribe, but if it's not your thing, don't sweat it. Whatever trips your trigger just tickles me plumb to death. I don't force anyone to do anything, and I'm not trying to control or manipulate people. Every day I get on this show, 5 days a week, 2 hours a day, I'm just winging it. If I've been watching the news and no one jumps in the chat, I'm liable to go off on something. Which means we should be safe this week, because the main thing I'm watching is Tom Grossi. He's doing a charity stream, and I'm telling you, if you watch his show, it will restore your faith in mankind. It did mine last year, this very time. It was this very time last year that I was coming up with the concepts of my show. Watching Tom Grossi deal with the chat, interacting with the people. And I'm like, man, I want all those good people. I want all those nice people. I want to talk to all those nice people. And here we are a year later. I started my planning watching Tom Grossi this time last year. And then by March the 10th of last year, that's when I started doing all my research and getting serious about having my own podcast. What I learned from watching Tom Grossi. And now I'm hooked on this. I can't imagine not having a podcast. Seriously. It's the bright spot of my day, 5 days a week. And you guys are keeping me sharp. Okay. I don't have any control over what we talk about. So I got to be prepared to talk about anything. Sometimes we get into some touchy subjects. This is true. Other time, it's just lighthearted jocularity, horsing around. I think that's what gives the show an intrinsic value all its own. It's not going to be a rerun. The people are in control, whether they realize it or not. Anytime you want to change that subject, jump in the chat. That's why it's enabled. If somebody wants to change it back to the original topic, they will. It's not a big deal. It's the same way it used to be on the blackjack table when I was dealing blackjack. You never know who's going to walk up and sit down and have a conversation. I like it. I like it a lot. Makes me happy. It warms my heart. Let people talk about what they want to talk about. You have the stage if you want it right here. Worldwide access. The only thing you can do wrong on this channel, in this show, is not have a good time. YouTube has never said a cross word to me, and we talk about anything and everything. Matter of fact, from YouTube, every time I go into my channel's page, they're giving me little stickers telling me I'm doing a great job. Works for me. The best part about this show, seriously, is I'm trying to be reliable. I'm trying to be dependable. I'm trying to be here every day. Last year, I took 2 days off, Thanksgiving and Christmas. Today's the holiday, and I'm on here today. Well, there's no football. Thanksgiving and Christmas, there was football. But I enjoy it. I think YouTube is starting to sort me out. Near as I can figure, I'm in 3 separate algorithms, all of them on YouTube. I get in one algorithm for my live streams, another algorithm for my shorts, and a third one for my videos. And I've got plans to do another videos. I'm going to put it in a playlist, and it's going to be song lyrics, lyrics for public domain, meaning anyone can use them for anything. I write in my head, I write lyrics, but now I have to put them down on paper so that I can sit and record them. I'm going to put together a playlist. It'll probably have, I don't know, maybe 30 or so lines in there. I'm going to call it one line at a time. I'll work on it for the next 30 days or something, and I'll probably try to pop it up sometime middle of March. You never know. Maybe I'll find a 4th algorithm on YouTube. I'm in the other 3, so, I didn't know they were there till I got in them. We'll see how it goes. But Afternoon Chat's a free show. I'm not going to sell you anything. Sorry. That's not my gig. I see people, everybody on TV trying to sell you crap. Myself, I can't stand the commercials. That's why I watch all YouTube. Because I got YouTube Premium and I don't get commercials. If I don't have to watch them, why should you? That's the way I see it. I do want to thank our 2 guest stars today. We had Ryan from Tragedy Tales on, and we had Sharon Kirks, a good friend of the show. Nice to see both of you in here. Nice to see you taking part in the conversation. I thank everyone and I appreciate everyone, all my viewers and all the people in the chat, the people in the poll today. The poll came out 100% no. None of us trust the data that comes from the United States government at this point in time. Zero. It was 100% no in the poll. Okay. I think that should tell President Trump what he's doing isn't working. Personal opinion. Dead soldier. It's going to be a good week. It's not snowing. It's warm out. Okay. It's going to be a good week. I'm predicting that. Hopefully, this Nancy Guthrie will get found and it'll be a good week for her too. Those of you who don't know, she was kidnapped 16 days ago out of her home in Tucson, Arizona. She's 84 years old with a pacemaker, without her medications. The kidnappers have demanded a ransom of $6 million. The ransom was not paid. It's my personal belief she's right there in the Tucson area. I believe this was a local crime. And I also believe that she needs to get found really fast. We hope and we pray anyways. Okay. Yeah, I'll do an update if she gets found. I'll let you know. I'm really hoping. As a matter of fact, I sent a text to my best friend to ask him if he wanted to go and find her. I think he and I would stand a chance. But we'd have to go to Tucson to do it. Well, $100,000 reward. No, I have no hobbies. I don't collect anything. I used to collect like sporting cards and stuff. And when my youngest son was old enough to get into it, I gave all mine to him. But yeah, I don't collect anything anymore. As a matter of fact, I don't want to own anything anymore. I was back in the day. But when my son outgrew his Yu-Gi-Oh cards and got into the sports cards, I gave him boxes and boxes and boxes. And he sold a bunch. I can't argue with him. He smarter young man than I am. He knows what he's doing, you know. He's about to turn 29. He's getting old. He's getting older and I'm getting younger. Oh, well. Well, our poll came back and I did it right today because The results are sitting right in front of me on display. You guys should have seen the results in the chat. I started the poll and I ended the poll in the same day. I did it right one day in a row. You'll have to tune in to tomorrow's show to see if I can remember to do a poll. I'll get better as I go, I swear. I have set the bar very low for myself, okay? All I got to do is complete each day, and it's good enough, right? Yeah, Crumbleina will pick it apart. She'll critique me, trust me. I appreciate all the viewers today. Like and subscribe if you could to support the channel. It's supposed to help the algorithm put us in front of more people. It's all I'm told. If you can't do it, don't worry about it. We'll survive. It's going to be okay. If I were to start collecting something, Ryan, if I were to start collecting something now, seriously, it wouldn't be sports memorabilia. I think it would be art. Art seems to have a greater value to me now than it did when I was younger. When I was younger, I was happy just to put a print in a frame and put it on the wall. In old age, I'm like, I don't really want a print. I want an original artwork. An original that only I have. To me, that's got greater value. I'd rather go find an artist, find one of their works that I like, get it directly from them. To me, that has greater value. I used to like to go to art shows and stuff, but I never bought anything while I was there. I feel differently about it now. I wish I had bought all those original artworks that I had the opportunity to buy, but didn't. With that said, let me close the show. Love you guys. Thank you for participating. Once again, our stars today, Ryan from Tragedy Tales and Sharon Kirks. Have a good evening. Find some joy, find some happiness, find some peace, and I dare you, find somebody to love. I'll see you tomorrow at 3 Eastern. With that said, be safe, be happy. You deserve both. Bye.